Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So, मेरी वॉइस और बोर्ड क्लियर है?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
good,
sir.
good, good. So, any doubt from last class? Whatever we have done in mainly relativistic energy and relativistic mass, have you any doubt from last class? Okay, so let's say come to extension of relativistic mass and relativistic energy. Today we will discuss relativistic momentum, relativistic force, and all these kind of thing where mass are included into the calculation or into the analysis. So obviously in last class, what we have seen there is a concept of rest mass energy. So we have rest mass, and this rest mass is identified as, let's say, m naught. Then we can extract this particular we can convert this mass into energy, and this energy is identified as rest mass energy, and the equivalent rest mass energy is, this is rest mass energy, and this will be m naught c square. So this is your rest mass energy, and you can extract this much of energy if the rest mass of particle is m naught. So we can write energy as a in term of mass or mass in term of energy. And if the particle of rest mass m naught is moving with some velocity v with respect to some observer, then we will calculate the relativistic mass. This is relativistic mass, and this will be m naught root under 1 minus v square upon c square. So this is all about relativistic mass. And obviously the corresponding energy is E, and that value is equal to mc square, and that can be written as m naught c square root under 1 minus v square upon c square. So this is all about relativistic energy. Just okay, good. I think there was some problem with a video, na? Some blur हो जा रहा था क्या? Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this is my rest mass energy, and obviously what will be kinetic energy? Then kinetic energy is obviously not half m naught v square. This is kinetic energy we can use into Newtonian mechanics mainly, that is in the Galilean frame. But when we are using the concept of Lorentz frame, then my kinetic energy is basically mc square minus m naught c square. So this is the particular thing known as kinetic energy. So let's try to do some problem mainly based on relativistic mass and kinetic energy. And obviously we have all these concept of relative speed, that is very important. So we will again use all this concept, and we will see how this rest mass, how this relativistic mass can be calculated. So let's go for a first problem. So what we have a frame A. Let's say this is frame A, and this is inertial frame. The another frame is frame B, and frame B is moving with respect to A with, let's say, c by 4 in I cap direction, and there is a particle of rest mass m naught. There is a particle of rest mass m naught which is moving with speed c by 2 in I cap direction with respect to B frame. So we have a lot of information. The first information is that the velocity of B with respect to A is c by 4 in I cap direction. And velocity of a mass, or let's say particle, let's say this is your particle, with respect to B, it's c upon 2 I cap direction. So my question is very simple. What will be mass of particle with respect to B? What will be, this is my first question. The second question is, what will be mass of particle with respect to A? Okay. So we have to calculate these two things. And obviously, if I will calculate mass of a particle with respect to particle, then what will be this value? Mass of particle with respect to particle means if observer is sit on particle, what he will measure? He will measure m naught, obviously. So whenever you will measure the relativistic, whenever you will measure the rest mass, that means the relative speed between particle and mass will 0. That means you are sitting on a particle, then you are measuring the mass. Mainly analogically, we can do this thing. Theoretically, you can do this thing that you will sit on mass and then you will measure the what is value of this mass, and that will be always a unique value. Okay, such same like the proper length or the proper time, they are unique value. Similarly, here we have the rest mass, which is actually proper mass, have unique value. Let's try to calculate what will be mass of a particle with respect to B. So first we will just try to calculate mass of a particle with respect to B. Obviously, how we have to proceed? First we have to proceed. What will be mass of a part? What will be speed of a particle with respect to B? So first thing we have to calculate what will be speed of particle with respect to B. Let's come to calculation. Okay. So we are just going to calculate first problem. This one. So we have to calculate mass of a particle with respect to B, which means I have to calculate m naught, and which is given, that is rest mass, by root under 1 minus speed of a particle with respect to B mod square upon c square. And what is the speed of particle with respect to B? Is that it is given? That is directly it is given, that is c by 4. So we can put this value here, and this value is equal to m naught root under 1 minus c by 4 is 1 upon 16. So that means we have
c by 2 होना चाहिए ना?
Sorry. Mass of a particle with respect, yes, that is c by 2. Sorry. Thank you. So mass of a particle with respect to B is c by 2, and we can have 1 by 4. And what is this value? This value is 2 upon root 3 m naught, and which is actually mass of a particle with respect to B is greater than m naught, isn't it? So moving particle appeared heavier. You have moving particle will always appear heavier, and you can see this will be greater than m naught. And we have also mass of a particle with respect to particle, that is basically rest mass. Now, this is very simple. By the way, what is kinetic energy then? What is kinetic energy? If I want to calculate kinetic energy of a particle with respect to B, then what is this value? Then obviously we have to calculate mass of a particle with respect to B, c square minus m naught c square. Okay, this is your kinetic energy. You can put this value. You can put this value 2 by root 3 minus 1, and we can put m naught c square, isn't it? And whatever with the number you can get it, and you will always confirm that this number must be always positive, isn't it? Agar ye number positive nahi hoga, then obviously there is something problematic. Okay, this is a very simple, very straightforward question, and obviously this can be also come into your exam. Let's go to second one. This is more interesting when we want to calculate mass of a particle with respect to A. So let's try to go for this problem. यहाँ तक clear है?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Okay. ध्रुवी, तुम्हारा clear है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. जहां भी प्रॉब्लम होगा तुरंत बताओगे, है ना, ताकि आपका टाइम वेस्ट नहीं हो, क्योंकि मुझे रिपीट करने में मैक्सिमम 1 सेकेंड 2 सेकेंड लगेगा. ठीक है? ओके, लेट्स गो फॉर सेकेंड वन. It is given velocity of a particle with respect to B is c by 2 in I cap direction, and it is also given velocity of a B with respect to A is c by 4 in I cap direction. We have to calculate mass of a particle with respect to A. So now look at here. We have just all intuition here that we have to calculate what will be speed of a particle with respect to A. Then we can write, obviously we have to take the rest mass. We have to take this particular rest mass, and this is m naught, and this value is root under 1 minus velocity of a particle with respect to A mod square c square. Now the main task is we have to calculate velocity of a particle with respect to A. Now how you will go for it? You have to just go for velocity of a particle with respect to A. That means I can put this is my S frame. This will be my obviously particle. Then what will be my S dash frame? Then B will be my equivalent S dash frame. So when you will put B as your S dash frame, then obviously this is my particle. Sorry, this is my S frame. This is my S dash frame. This will be my S dash frame. This is my particle. So we have all the notation here. And I think we can remember in the second or third class, we have done the same problem, isn't it? Yaad hai?
Yes.
Okay. Look at here. So what will be velocity of S dash with respect to S? This is V, and this value is nothing. Velocity of S dash with respect to S is c by 4 in I cap direction. Velocity of a particle with respect to S dash is ux dash actually in our notation. You can use all this notation, and this will be c by, sorry, velocity, this will be c by 4 actually. And this will be c by 2, and obviously this is in I cap direction. What we have to calculate, velocity of a particle with respect to S is equal to ux, and we can put it into this form. We have ux is equal to ux dash plus v 1 plus ux dash v upon c square. And when you will put it, what will be answer? You remember the answer? C by 4, sorry, ux dash is c by 2 plus c by 4, 1 plus c square will be cancel out. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 4. Are you getting? I think we will get 2c by 3, है ना? First question जो हम लोगों ने encounter किया था relative speed का, that is same thing. So we have get velocity of a particle with respect to S, and this is only in X direction. There is not any need to go into Y direction. So we can easily calculate this one, and we can use this formula. So when we are going to use this formula actually, then I can write something like this. Okay. So this will be mass of a particle with respect to A is m naught, is rest mass, which is uniquely defined by root under 1 minus 4 upon 9. And what is this value? This value is 3 upon root 5 m naught. So mass upon particle with respect to A. Now you can see different observer have different measurement. Different observer have different measurement, and this mass is again, you can say mass of a particle with respect to A is greater than m naught. You can again have this conclusion that mass of a particle is with respect to A is also greater than m naught. Okay. And this is all about relativistic mass. You will feel heavier mass. You will feel heavy mass. This is very interesting, isn't it? And you can also calculate the kinetic energy. Now, which observer is the best observer, by the way? Which observer is best observer?
Sir, best मतलब
Best matlab best?
Sitting on it.
Huh? Or in another way, if I can tell you, which observer will measure the actual thing? Let us put it this problem in this form.
सर जो ऑब्जर्वर एम नॉट पे अटैच है
He will measure the better measurement.
No, sir.
Then
No, sir. सर सबके पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से वो सही ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं.
exactly. Every observer is correct with respect to his frame, isn't it? Because what you have to do, if you want to check whether his measurement is correct or false, you have to go into his frame. And once you will go into his frame, you will measure the exactly same thing. What will be his measurement? Are you getting my point? So you cannot say this is some type of perception. No, this is not some type of perception. This is the actual measurement we are doing in which frame we are sitting. Means if I want to check, suppose I have this kind of situation. This is my A frame. This is my B frame, and here is mass is moving. And if I want to measure what will be kinetic energy of this particular mass with respect to A, then obviously I have to go with respect to A, and then when I will shift to A, I will measure the same thing what we have measured here. We have measured the relativistic mass, then we can easily measure the kinetic energy. And suppose I just want to check whether what will be, whether the observer attached to B is correct or not, then I have to shift to this frame, then I will measure this one. So don't think it is some kind of hypothetical kind of situation. We have to always appreciate what is the frame and what is the relationship of mass with that particular frame. This is most important thing. Okay, so some people have this kind of thinking that okay, these all two things are basically perception kind of situation, and the actual measurement is the rest mass. No, it will depend what is the relationship between observer and mass. Are you getting my point? Okay, let's go for another problem. It is one of my favorite problem. So let's try to go for this. यहाँ तक clear है ना, everyone? Okay.
yes sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. और आप देख रहे होंगे कि बार बार हमें सबसे ज्यादा हेल्प क्या करता है? Always relativistic mass, isn't it? Sorry, relative velocity. Always it will help you that what is the relationship between observer and mass. So you can always command yourself mainly how to calculate relative speed and all these calculations, है ना? Okay, let's go for this one. This is one of the wonderful problem. Suppose this is Earth. Let's say this Earth is denoted by sigma. And on this Earth, there is let's say this is a car, and this car is moving with the speed √3/2c in I cap direction. and there is a mass, and this mass is moving in y cap direction with the same speed √3 by 2c in I cap direction, where rest mass, let's say this particle is P, the rest mass is m naught, and let's say this car is A. Okay, the rest mass is m naught. The speed of A is given with respect to sigma, and this particle is moving in this is moving in y cap direction, in j cap direction. So let's try to calculate the kinetic energy of particle with respect to sigma, the kinetic energy of a particle with respect to sigma. Second, we have to calculate kinetic energy of a particle with respect to A. A is your car, which is moving in x direction with respect to sigma. So it is given velocity of A with respect to sigma is √3 by 2c in I cap direction. It is also given velocity of a particle with respect to sigma is √3 by 2c in j cap direction. So these two things are there. So now let us try to calculate all these things. Okay. Okay. So first thing, the first question, first we have to calculate the total energy, then we can easily calculate the kinetic energy because we know what is rest mass. So how you will calculate the rest mass? Again, when you will sit on mass, then or there is zero relative speed between you and mass or zero relative speed between observer and mass, you will easily calculate rest mass m naught. So is that the person who is sitting on sigma will calculate rest mass or relativistic mass?
Relativistic.
Relativistic mass, because they have basically relative speed. So first we have to calculate mass of a particle with respect to sigma. That means m naught is rest mass, and we have to calculate 1 minus velocity of a particle with respect to sigma square c square. Okay. Now it is directly given, है ना? ये तो दिया हुआ है. Don't worry. Velocity of a particle with respect to sigma is √3 by 2c. So obviously that value is m naught root under 1 minus 3 upon 4. That will be 2m naught. And what will be kinetic energy? We have to calculate the kinetic energy. That will be kinetic energy of a particle with respect to sigma. Means we have to calculate energy of a particle with respect to sigma minus rest mass into c square. And rest mass will be always uniquely defined. That will be m naught. So what will be energy of a particle with respect to sigma? That will be 2m naught. So this will be, you can write something like this: mass of a particle with respect to sigma into c square minus m naught c square. And this value I have calculated in term of m naught is 2m naught c square minus m naught c square, and that value is m naught c square. So kinetic energy of a particle with respect to sigma is m naught c square. The same problem I have done into last class in, है ना, जो last में किया था. What will be speed of particle such that kinetic energy is equal to rest mass energy? That will be exactly same thing. याद है कल की क्लास में? है ना? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Let's go for second question. This is a straightforward, not very tricky. The second question is very interesting. Let's try to do this thing. So I think I have to remove this one. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate mass of a particle with respect to A. That means I have to calculate m naught, which is given, and that value is 1 minus velocity of a particle with respect, not velocity, it must be speed square. And I can give the vector direction here also, because it will be significant here. Velocity of a particle with respect to a mod square, c square. Okay. So obviously, my first duty is that from this information, can I get directly this one? No, I have to do some buffer calculation about this. So let's try to go for this calculation. So obviously this is given. That is also equivalent to velocity of a sigma with respect to A is minus root 3 by 2c in I cap direction. Velocity of a particle with respect to sigma, it is given. So velocity of a sigma with respect to particle is minus root 3 upon 2c j cap direction. Okay. Now, we have to again go for the same theory. What will be my S frame? We have to calculate velocity of a particle with respect to A. So what will be my S frame? A will be my S frame. So A will be my S frame. And what will be my sigma? What will be my S dash frame? And obviously, sigma will be my S dash frame. And what is my UX dash? Or what will be my particle? Obviously, the particle is given as particle here. Okay. So I think which one is the most? So if I want to calculate velocity of a S dash with respect to S, that is V, which one is the value? Which one is value? Batao?
minus root 3 by 2c.
Okay, minus root 3 by 2c in I cap direction. दोनों तो वही है. So this will be in I cap direction.
Yes.
I cap is very important. Why I cap is very important? Why? Because it will suggest you which Lorentz transformation you are going to do. Okay, so I have used this one. So this one is not used in this particular problem. And then velocity of a particle with respect to S dash, that is UX dash, what will be this value? What is UX dash here?
0.
0. Very good. Very good. What will be UI dash?
Root 3 by 2c. Root 3 by 2c.
That is this number, hai na? And that will be positive. Root 3 by 2c. And obviously, and what is UZ dash? That is again 0. Now, which Lorentz transformation we have to use? कौन सा Lorentz transformation हमें use करना होगा यहाँ? बताओ. X वाला या Y वाला या Z वाला? Which Lorentz transformation?
X.
We have to use
X.
the Lorentz transformation of X. Very good. So let's go for Lorentz transformation for X. So how we will go for it? So velocity, so we have to calculate Ux is equal to Ux dash plus V 1 plus Ux dash V upon C square. Fortunately, Ux dash is equal to 0 and this value is V and V is nothing but minus root 3 by 2C. है ना? What will be UI? UI is UI dash root under 1 minus V square upon C square 1 plus UX dash V upon C square. यहाँ पर UX dash ही होगा ना? Remember this thing? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So what is UI dash? That will be root 3 by 2C 1 minus V is all about minus sign. So this will be 3 upon 4. So what will be this value? root 3 by 4c. So if I am talking about velocity of a particle with respect to A, then this number is basically minus root 3 by 2c in I cap direction plus root 3 by 4c in j cap direction. And here, what we have to do? We have to calculate the magnitude of this number, isn't it? You have to be very careful कि पता चला कि एक को निकाल के सारा काम नहीं करना है. You have to calculate this magnitude. So what will be this value? This value is m naught. And what is magnitude? Let's calculate this magnitude. So magnitude of a velocity of a particle with respect to A is nothing but you can take 3 upon 4 plus 3 upon 16. कितना वैल्यू आ रहा है? Root under 15 upon 16. So this value is 15 upon 16c. So this value is 15 upon 16. And if we are putting this value here, mass of a particle with respect to A is m naught by root under 1 minus 15 upon 16. C square will cancel out. And what you will get? You will get 4 m naught. Look at the mass is 4 times of rest mass appeared to the observer who is sitting on A. And what will be your kinetic energy? I am just using this space. So kinetic energy of a particle with respect to A is equal to energy of a total energy of a particle with respect to A minus m naught c square. Always you will take the same thing. Rest mass energy is uniquely defined. So you have to take this thing in every reference frame. This rest mass energy is always same. And we will also see the invariance of this rest mass. We will learn this thing into last of our class, that invariant law. So this value is equal to obviously 4 m naught c square minus m naught c square. So what is this value? This value is 3 m naught c square. Now look at this. This is beautiful calculation. And yes, the basic theory is nothing but relativistic speed, how you are watching the particle and what is relationship between observer and the particle. What is relative speed between observer and particle? That is the most important thing, isn't it? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. So let's try to do one more problem. एक और problem करें क्या? Okay. Because suppose there is a cube and you can assume this is a cube, okay, and this cube has density rho naught. When it is at rest, when cube is at rest, its density is rho naught, and this cube is moving with velocity v along x-axis with respect to sigma. So this cube is moving with respect to sigma along x-axis of, and one of the edges are along x-axis. So this is also along x-axis. This is parallel to x-axis. Okay, parallel to x-axis. Now, what will be density measured by the observer attached to sigma? So when cube is rest, the density is rho naught. When, so what will be? Will density of cube of cube with respect to sigma, where velocity of cube with respect to sigma is v in I cap direction along one edge of cube. चलो टेक योर टाइम, 1 मिनट का टेस्ट है, जरा ऐसे कैलकुलेट करके बताओ. टेक योर टाइम. Just try to do this thing. क्या होगा? And you have to give answer only in term of rho naught and v. So just take your time and calculate it. This is moving with respect to sigma along x-axis, and one of the edge is parallel to x-axis. So this is information to you. Just try to calculate it. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Rho
What will
naught
be answer?
upon
Rho New row
naught
is
upon
bolo bolo.
1 upon 1 minus v square upon c square.
Very good. 1 minus v square upon c square.
C square.
Very good. Good. How you will do this? Okay, don't worry. What we have? Rho is nothing but new mass upon volume. Okay, new mass upon volume. And what is rho naught? Rho naught is nothing but rest mass upon rest volume, isn't it?
Yes.
है ना? So this is rest mass upon rest volume. So here the mass will also change and volume will also change. How it will change? How mass is going to change? The mass is going to change m naught root under 1 minus v square upon c square. And let's say rest volume is, let's say, a cube. Because I can assume this is a, this is a, this is a, this is a cube. So I can write this v naught is a into a into a. Then what will happen when it is moving? Which direction is going to contract?
So x.
X direction is going to contract. So let us assume this is my x1. So this is for x, this is for y, this is for z. Then this is going to contract. So what will be my new volume? New volume, this is going to contract. That will be a root under 1 minus v square c square. And these two will remain same. Isn't it? And if you are combining all these three, then you have a cube 1 minus v square upon c square. And what is this a cube? Is v naught. So my v is changing at v naught root under 1 minus v square upon c square. So yes, we have to use this particular information. So when we will go for rho, that will be m upon v. So m is equal to m naught root under 1 minus v square upon c square by v naught root under 1 minus v square upon c square. And m naught upon v naught is all about rho naught, and this is 1 minus v square upon c square. This root and this root will be 1. So this is your value, isn't it? होगा ना?
Yes, sir.
This is your answer. और ये आपके एग्जाम में आ चुका है ना? So always try to do this type of problem. So you can see the length contraction is there, the volume is changing, the masses are changing. So this kind of the density itself is changing. Now the question is that just I am giving you this particular only information. I am not going to discussing this thing right now. Is that charge density will also change? if we will put some charge here, is that density will also change? We will see in the relativistic electrodynamics for the higher values, the advanced classes, but you can see this mass density itself is going to change. Hana? So you can expect this type of problem in your exam. So obviously, what will happen? If your mass is going to change, then obviously all the physical property which is associated to the mass will also going to change, will also depends on observer. So let's go for a very famous physical quantity, and that quantity is all about relativistic momentum. So let's discuss what is relativistic momentum and how we can relate the total energy and the momentum. Let's go for this. So let's go for relativistic momentum. Obviously, the definition will exactly same. Momentum is a vector quantity, and this is P, and this can be defined by M into V. What is this M? This M is nothing but relativistic mass, because you can perceive momentum when your mass is moving. If your mass is not moving, there is not any momentum. So always you have to take something like relativistic mass, and this can be written as m naught root under 1 minus mod v square upon c square into v. This is your relativistic momentum. And if you want to calculate what will be the magnitude of momentum is given by m naught and magnitude of moment v root under 1 minus v square upon c square. So this is your magnitude of momentum. So now we have this particular definition between momentum and velocity. We have also definition for the energy, and this energy is m naught c square root under 1 minus mod v square upon c square. So what we can do, we can easily replace v2 momentum here. Can we replace v2 momentum? Mod v को momentum से replace कर सकते हैं? Yes. How you will do it? Just do the p square and you have m naught square v square 1 minus v square upon c square, and you can write v as a function of momentum. Can we write it something like this? कर सकते क्या? Very easy, है ना? You can write something like p square 1 minus v square c square is equal to m naught square v square, and we will take v square common. So you have p square as 1 plus, sorry, this will be go into this side. We have to write velocity as a function of momentum. So we can write p square minus p square v square upon c square minus m naught v square is equal to 0. So we will can collect here and we can find what will be velocity as a function of momentum. यहाँ से निकल जाएगा ना? You can just try it as a homework. I will give you. Can you easily calculate this thing? Velocity as a function of momentum? है ना?
Yes, sir.
You can easily separate this thing. So you can just calculate it. Once you will calculate velocity as a function of momentum, and then we can put it here, we will get one very nice equation. And this equation is given by, let's say, and this will be E square. You can just do this exercise with yourself. E square is equal to P square C square plus M naught square C4. So this is your homework that you have to prove. Okay, this is your homework. So from this expression, you will first find what will be velocity with respect as a function of momentum, and then you can put it here. Or vice versa, you can do it in another way also. You can find velocity as a function of energy, and then you can put it here. You can use both the way, and you should try both the way. And you have to prove this very precious expression between energy and momentum. Okay, so I will discuss it in next class. So this is your homework, and I expect everyone should post this homework in your group. Okay, post करोगे because it's a very tricky, है ना? You have to do at least one time. एक बार एग्जाम में भी आ चुका था directly this expression, how you will write velocity as a function of energy or velocity as a function of momentum. So एक बार एग्जाम में आया हुआ है. Okay, so why I am just giving you this exercise. Just try to do this thing and try to prove this expression. This expression is one of the precious expression in a physics, and that will tell you a lot of a story about the different type of particles, and this will open the new way or two of analysis of a high energy particles and collision problem, conservation of energy, all these things. Okay, so I will take from here, but before that, I expect everybody should solve this particular thing. I have just given a simple hint, not any hint. I have just keep this thing in half a way. You have to complete it. करोगे complete? Yes.
Yes, sir.
है ना? So everybody should send me the answer. Okay, everybody, all the people who is joining this class should post your answer in your group. Okay, don't send me personal message because it is very difficult to identify each and every student. Just post in your group. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow I will use this expression, and I will also try to go for some more problems based on energy, momentum and force and all these things. ठीक है? So आज के लिए इतना ही रहने देते हैं.